The day was July 4th, 2000, I don't remember.
We all load up in the transit, get all of our stuff going. We're going down the road, everything's going fine.
Of course, it's bad weather. It's the middle of the summer and you never know what's going to happen.
I was laying in the back deciding what to watch while I take my nap, and it was great. And then all of a sudden, you just hear James like, "God damn it!" or whatever he was doing. I don't know. Sometimes that just means that like he really likes a song on. He's like, "Oh snap," whatever. This time it didn't. This was not good.
I don't know what they told you, but we're going to Tarantino this, and we're going to rewind it a little bit. You see, what had happened was, we had taken this vehicle into said dealership 2 times because we had some issue with an overheating of sorts. We're like, oh man, this is not good. We got to go down to New Braunfels in a couple weeks. So we get it back, and they're like, good to go, bro. See you later. We're like, oh, just in time. We pick it up July 4th in the morning, in the a.m. We drive to the rehearsal space. We load up our gear. We're down on our merry way. And this is where tragedy strikes.
We get to, I want to say, Waco-ish, and our car just stops accelerating.
All of a sudden, we get this message like, the car is overheating, pull over immediately.
The heat gauge hits again. Ping! And we're like, oh, Jesus. Didn't we just get this back this morning for this?
So we get out, we put water in and everything, and all of a sudden we can only go it's like if we could just make it to the Buc-ee's.
So we get, about 20 miles down the road, 25 miles down the road, on I-35, on the 4th of July. And it's hot, and everyone's driving down to Austin, and we're in Dallas going to New Braunfels. And the heat gauge explodes again. Ping! We're like, holy shit! So,
come on, buddy. Come on.
Who's Jamie? Hey, bud.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. What are you up to?
1 eternity later. 3 days later. 12 seconds later. 3 weeks later. Many months later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Alright, goodbye.
I called my dad because my dad's a mechanic, and he basically told us his diagnosis was like, well, try and go as fast as you can.
The whole time we're basically filling water, getting later and later to this gig.
And we're driving in the right lane on 35 on the weekend of 4th of July. And we're going about 30 miles an hour, and there's people behind us pissed because we're not going 70 miles an hour. And I'm freaking out. We're all leaning forward in the transit like that's going to do anything. Like, it was devastating.
I talked to the sound guy, let him know we're running late. No big deal. We're still going to be there before the show. Everything's going to be great.
We can finally make it into New Braunfels, and the car just won't go anymore. And we're like, oh my god, this sucks. It's also raining, and we're playing an outdoor 4th of July event.
So Steven and I call Uber. We put our acoustic guitars in the Uber, and we're like, we're getting to this gig come hell or high water.
Steven and Matt jumps in our trailer, digging out acoustic guitars, throwing them in hard cases, and getting into this Uber guy. This Uber guy's just laughing at them. They're soaking wet. They're like, take us to the venue! So they go there. They leave Jamie and I alone to figure out what in the world we're going to do with this vehicle.
And we were like, all right, we'll assess the situation, and if we need to, we were going to have everyone else in the band get 2 XL Ubers, put the drums in, just figure it out.
We get a call from Steven, and he says, okay, the event is actually canceled now. And it was because, it's raining. It was raining, and it was outside. There was no cover. The sound guy hadn't even started setting up stuff when they got there. So we all, piled back into the transit.
Took it to a place that actually fixed it and was an awesome place, Blue Bonnet.
Blue Bonnet Ford. Way to go, Blue Bonnet Ford. Thank you so much. You saved our car.
They call us and say, well, here's what happened. A bunch of technical stuff, but basically something exploded in the engine and sent shards of metal through everything the gasoline touched. So everything that the gasoline touches has to be totally replaced. And I said, well, that sounds like that's a lot of work. And he goes, yeah. It's like, well, that sounds like it's a big deal. He goes, it's like everything under the engine. I was like, okay, fair enough. Can you do it? And he goes, well, here's the thing. It's all under warranty. So yes! So Blue Bonnet Ford, good people. Warranty, always good to have a warranty. It took months because they had to replace everything. Matt's dad had to come drive down and pick us up in, his truck, hook up the trailer, and drive us back to Dallas. Thanks, Jack Boggs. And we got to have, a nice little weekend vacation in New Braunfels.